Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope you all are fine and enjoying the good health with the blessing of Allah. This is your teacher, Mrs. Madiha Ashraf. Welcome to all of you in General Science class. Our today's topic, creating perfect condition for plants, from chapter number 5, that was where does our food come from. Students, we already know that we all depends for our food on plants. So what are the perfect conditions for growing a plant? Before discussing in detail, we will see what are the perfect conditions and why there is a need of protective cultivation or greenhouse. With globalization of markets, shrinking land and climate changes, the protective cultivation, we can say greenhouse, is helpful to give high value crops by ensuring the favorable environment or conditions to the plant that may result high quality of the crops, improve the quality of the crops, as well as increase the productivity. So the main objective of protective cultivation or greenhouse is to provide the favorable condition to the plant that result the high quality, improve quality, and increase or enhance the productivity of plants. What factors are necessary for healthy growth of a plant? Make a list of the factors which are affecting the healthy growth of a plant or necessary for the healthy growth of a plant. Look at here, the process of photosynthesis is shown. The first condition is the light energy that come mainly from the main source of light energy is sunlight. The second important or necessary condition for photosynthesis is carbon dioxide that come from the air. Water is present that are absorbed by the roots and taken into the other parts of the plant, and also carry the minerals or the nutrients that are present in the soil. Water absorb these minerals and take to the other parts of the plant. So during this process that is named as photosynthesis, how many factors or conditions are there? The main conditions we have seen: light energy, carbon dioxide, water, and mineral. Can you guess the fifth one? The fifth one is suitable temperature. So the conditions are carbon dioxide, water, minerals, sunlight, and suitable temperature range. In some countries, there is little sunshine. Then how do plants grow there? Or how the suitable conditions are created for their growth? This is done by creating artificial way or artificially a room is constructed that gives them favorable conditions, or controlled conditions are there, that is named as greenhouse. What is a greenhouse? A greenhouse is shown here where the plants and vegetables are grown. A greenhouse is a framed or inflated structure covered with transparent or translucent material large enough to grow crops. transparent or translucent material just like glass or polythene sheet or plastic sheet, which are spread over the frames. These are made up of metal. Under partially or fully controlled environment condition, to get maximum growth and productivity. What is the purpose to construct this greenhouse? It provides partially or fully controlled favorable conditions that gives the maximum growth or productivity of our crops. Why we need a greenhouse? Farmer growing crops outside try to give best condition to the crops, but this is not always possible. Certain factors cannot be under control, such as rainfall, wind. These are the factors which the farmer cannot control. So, the greenhouse protects the plant from climatic changes, such as the situation of the drought when there is no rainfall for the long time period, extreme temperature like hot waves or the cold waves, flood, frost, snowfall, rainfall, heat waves. These all disturb the growth of the plant. So greenhouse protect the plant from all these. And number 2, it also protect the plants from unwanted or troublesome pests, insects or the birds, and also some diseases which attacks the plant easily in outside when the crops are grown outside. So it is helpful for the growth of plant by controlling or by protecting the situation or the certain factors which the farmer cannot control without the greenhouse. See here, the different climatic conditions for the plants are shown. The first one is there is no water and the land is totally dry. So this situation is known as the drought situation. Secondly, you can see the frozen water over the leaf surface, that is named as the frost. And whenever there is a flood, it can disturb or it can destroy the fields of crops. So these climatic changes can cause certain loss to our agriculture. So a greenhouse is built to control. This control may be partially or fully controlled, or the conditions are created partially or fully, such a way that may help the better growth of the plant. So what conditions are required for the better growth of plant, and that is provided by the greenhouse. The first one is the heat energy. A greenhouse traps the sunlight and converts it into the heat energy, so creating a greenhouse effect. Notice here, this is a greenhouse, and inside this house we are creating the greenhouse effect. How? The plants absorb the sunlight. When the sunlight passes from the glass or plastic sheet, which is inside, warmer the air and of course the plants. So they convert this heat energy to the chemical energy. Once the energy is trapped, so it cannot escape back to the atmosphere, or there is the minimum amount of the energy or the radiation that can escape into the atmosphere. So plants grow faster as if they were outside. Even in winter, extra heat and light can be provided to enable plant to be grown all year round. Second is the supply of carbon dioxide and mineral inside the greenhouse. Carbon dioxide can be added to the air according to the requirement, and similarly mineral can also be added. Mineral can also be added in the water. Light. The most greenhouses use red and blue light. Why? Because blue and red light help in photosynthesis. Sunlight contain different colors. These are seven component colors. So it means seven wavelengths are there. But only two are very important. These are red and blue light that helps in the photosynthesis. So these are absorbed by the plants and it increase their growth rate. And other factors like temperature, water, these are also controlled inside a greenhouse. See how it is constructed. Greenhouse is constructed, or it is made up of glass panels or transparent plastic sheets. These are named as polythene sheets which stretch over the metal frames. It look like this or it may be like this. These are named as the polytunnels, which are cheaper as compared to the glass. So glass houses are expensive as compared to the polythene sheet or polytunnels. Both are created to provide the suitable or favorable conditions for the plants. Now can you name which suitable conditions are these? These are temperature, light, minerals, water, carbon dioxide and humidity. How does a greenhouse work? What is the principle of greenhouse? See here, inside the greenhouse, the light energy or the heat energy that comes from the sun was of shorter wavelength. These were named as shorter wavelength. These passes through the glass or plastic sheet and enters inside the greenhouse, warmer the air, and absorbed by the plants inside it. What these shorter wavelengths are doing? These heat up the ground as warmer air rises and heat the whole greenhouse. Now, if you see clearly here, red color is shown. Whenever it is absorbed, the extra amount of the heat or the radiation that are named as longer wavelength radiation, they try to escape into the atmosphere, but some of the rays come back, only fewer can go out. So the maximum amount of heat energy is trapped inside this house, causing the rapid growth or increase the fast growth of plants. Glass and plastic sheets used, it allow the sun heat to pass or to enter the greenhouse. Then what happened? These are trapped the heat which is reflected back by the earth. Number third, the heat trapped by the walls and the roof of the greenhouse keep the inside environment warm. What do it do? It absorbs the radiation and trap the heat, and this heat is not allowed to go back, but it is reflected back. It surface, when it touches its surface, and it come back or reflected back. So the greenhouse become warmer, and that is helping for the or helpful for the better growth of the plants. Now see here the results of greenhouse. Greenhouse is used to grow the rose or flowering plants or the vegetables especially that have the short lifespan, like cucumber, tomato, chili. They are grown inside the greenhouse. If you see the tomato field in outside field, and the second one is shown inside a greenhouse, you can see the quality. Even we can produce the hybrid type of the tomatoes. So the greenhouse has the advantages over the outside field. It can improve the quality and increase the yield or production also. What are the advantages of greenhouse? It ensures the quality. It enhances the crop duration. It increases the early production, like off season. Some of the vegetables are grown off season. Higher productivity and enhancing the number of vegetables. Different varieties or types of vegetables are grown by controlling the condition in the greenhouse. These are very important one. The main focus on these one. The disease-free and genetically superior plants can be produced inside the greenhouse. The purpose of greenhouse is to protect the plant from hard weather, wind, rain, hot and cold conditions, and also protect it from the troublesome pests, insects and birds. And the most important, the last point is greenhouse help to grow genetically modified crops by preventing cross-pollination. Inside the greenhouse, self-pollination will be there, no cross-pollination, so farmer can grow the desired type of the plants. At the end, there is an assignment for you. Question number 1. What is the advantage of growing food crops in a greenhouse? If we grow the crops inside a greenhouse, it protects them from climate condition, hard weather, from birds, animals, pests, and also certain diseases. So, the better growth of the plant in the greenhouse. So, you have to write down the advantage of growing food crops in a greenhouse. Summarized answer. Question number 2. Why some greenhouse have used red or blue lighting? We have discussed that greenhouse use red and blue light because in photosynthesis process, the light is absorbed by chlorophyll pigment. So it absorbs the red and blue light. Sunlight consists of how many colors? It consists of 7 colors. But the chlorophyll pigment only absorb red and blue light. So these lights are used in the photosynthesis or food making process. That's why greenhouse gives them the red and blue light. Then question number 3. Draw this picture as shown, and you have to write the different type of the waves are shown. So what's different about these two waves? You have to note down these waves and you have to find out what is the difference in these two waves. We have seen or discussed it in the greenhouse working, or how do the greenhouse work? We have seen whenever the sun rays in the form of heat energy entering through the glass or plastic sheet reaches inside warmer the air. And what about their wavelength? You have to find out now. And when these radiations are reflected into the atmosphere, they do not go out, but they are reflected back. And there is a difference in the wavelength of the both. You have to find out what is the difference in their wavelengths, and which is coming, what is the source of these, where they are coming from, or the path of these. So the difference of these two rays you have to just mark out. There's the 2 points about them. This is the end of our today's lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.